Hello all, we're back with episode 4 of Sky Factory 2.5, and I'm going to get started with a few basic machines, and probably I'm going to upgrade my Cobblestone generator. So a couple machines I wanted to get was a few pulverizers, and I wanted to get alloy smeltery so I can start doing the hardened glass so I can make the clear pipes, because I just think they look cooler. So I'm going to get that. I'm going to get an alloy smelter built, or alloy smelter, and then I'm going to get the 3 pulverizers. And also this episode I'm planning on automating cobblestone through a transfer node. So I'm going to need that to keep generating it, because this is going to start running out really quick and I don't want to have to keep doing that, so it's much faster. And then I'm going to use that to feed into the pulverizers. So let's get started on that now. So I'm going to work on a transfer node first. So let's look it up. It's pretty straightforward. You need this and you need a world interaction upgrade. So let's get the transfer pipe, which I can just do this and probably it'll come up. And it is aluminum ingot around glass and redstone. It's pretty easy to make. So let's get some aluminum, which I should have some already done. And if I don't, should be here somewhere. There it is. I knew I had some. So then we'll take this, and I believe I have some glass over here and some redstone, so that should be pretty easy to get. So there's glass, and redstone is going to be in here. And we can go ahead and use this crafting table. So we're going to need this. Done deal. And then we're going to make our transfer node, which is just a block of redstone, a couple smooth stone, and a chest, which I've got all that ready. So let's get more redstone out of here. We'll make a block out of it. Just do 1 block for now. And we need a smooth stone and a chest, which I should have a couple smooth stone over here. And everything I need to make the chest right here. So let's go ahead. The chest, transfer node, done. And we're also going to need a world interaction upgrade, and that's just so it can generate cobble. So we'll do that, and it's just lapis around iron pickaxe and iron ingot. It's pretty easy to make. So we've got all the iron we need for that. Here I'm going to get a couple blocks because there's going to be a few things that need iron, so we'll just bring a few with us. And the lapis I've got in this chest right here. That's all the sifting from gravel results. So let's go ahead and turn these into some iron blocks. And I need to make a pickaxe. Oops, missed it there, but that'll work. That should be everything I need. So there's world interaction and there's transfer node. That's really all we need for that. And then let's get... I've already got a bucket, and let's get some cobble. We're going to make this here for now until we can start auto-sifting resources, because I don't want to sit there and manually do it. So I'm going to use this chest for now, and I'm going to, I guess, create this up here, even though it's not the best place to do it. So what we'll do is we'll create this on each side. This is going to be a little excessive in... I should have probably brought my lava with me. This is going to be a little excessive, and we'll cut it down from underneath. But this will make it where cobble just comes in much easier. So let's, while we're up here, we're going to cut these out because these are not necessary. You know what? I might leave that one there and cut these off so I can do that from the ground. And I think we're good and clean from here. So what I'm going to do is, from the ground, whoops, I'll jump up here and grab my bucket. And I'm also going to need cobble. I'll keep these here for now, even though I'm going to need them in a second. And we'll get lava up there. Well, hopefully that doesn't burn anything up. Looks like it's going to be fine as long as I don't let it hit me. Yep. And then we'll do the same thing with water here. And actually we can bust this block out. And let's get some water. So we'll put that here. I don't want to fall off of here. So we're going to go like this and have ready to switch it. There we go. And we'll break that. Okay, so now this block will produce what we need for a transfer node. So we'll put it here, and then we'll go ahead and drop our world interaction upgrade, and that will start the cobble generating, which will fill this chest up. So that's going to keep going. So now we have that for now. We're definitely going to clean this up once we start, but the problem is we need to auto-generate the resources so we're not sitting here and have to manually sift. So the next step is going to be creating our machine frames for the pulverizers and our alloy smeltery, which we're going to power here. And the alloy smeltery, the reason I'm doing that is because it can be used as a regular furnace as well. Otherwise, I'd have to make a redstone furnace, and I'd have to make the other induction furnace. And in order to make the glass to make the clear pipes, which is going to be my final design, so that's why I'm going ahead where I can make that before I set this up, because I don't want to set it up like 3 times. I want to get it done here, and then we'll go from there. So let's make a few hardened machine frames. So machine frame, I'm going to look that up, and I want to go in the hardened level. So we need 2 electrum gears, 8 invar ingots, and 3 regular machine frames, because we're going to need 3 of these. So we need 3 10 gears, and iron and glass, which we've got. So I've got my 10 gears made. And I'm also going to need these in 3s, and we're also going to need our invar, which I've got here, which I don't know if I have enough, but if I do, I can put more in there. It's not a big deal. And we need our glass, which I've got, and iron, which I've got, and 10. So we should be able to make 3 of those, no problem. I need to get these trees out of the way because they're going to be getting in our way going back and forth, but I'll get that off camera. So let's make 3 of these. What am I missing? I've got 10. Do I know if I don't have enough iron, so let's get this turned into, there we go. So 3 of those. And then I'm going to need to do, what am I missing there? Oh, I need a couple more. I thought I got 3 of those. Electrum gears. I guess I didn't. So those are in inventory. And I think I'm actually going to be short on invar too. So we're going to need some more invar, which I don't think I have any made already. So we can just drop an iron, a couple iron and a ferrous block in there, and that will do it. I just need a couple, so we'll do this and that. We'll drop it in there while that's finishing. We've got other things we can do. We'll let that melt down, and that should be 3 ingots worth of invar. And so from here, while we're waiting for that, we'll get started on the actual machine. We want pulverizers. So here we go. It's pretty easy to make. I need a couple copper gears apiece, so we need 6 copper gears. We need 3 of these and 3 pistons. So I should have the copper gears ready. 6 copper gears. Plenty of flint. So the redstone reception coils are just 3 gold ingots and 6, which I think I have that handy as well. Get this out of here, because I think it just melted. So we're going to take our ingot cast. And that should be enough for 2 invar. We'll finish making that real quick so we can continue on. There we go. And let's make that other machine frame. I really need to put a crafting table over here. So let's go here. And we'll go with that. Oh, I already have that done. Let's go uses. Yeah. I'll get it eventually. There we go. So those are together. So now I have enough to make my 3 hardened pulverizers. Let me get my flint, which I am going to need 6 of. I'm going to need to make 6 pistons, which I have everything in my inventory for that. Actually, I need 3 of those, not 6 of those. So let's take these and make 1, 2, 3. That's plenty of those. Don't want to overmake them, even though I'm going to need them. So we've got the casings. All we need are these reception coils. So I need 3 gold ingots and I need 6 redstone. So let's get 3 gold ingots, which should already be here. There's 2. We'll go ahead and make this. And 1, 2, 3. And we should be able to make these now. There's 3 pulverizers. So the way we want to set these up is I want to set the cobblestone to go into here, and then that's powering up. We want to configure our outputs. So I'm going to turn everything off right now. So what we want to do is we want to send our output to the right. So we're going to say output goes right. That's going to take all the gravel. And in the top, I'm going to put input. So I'm going to bring cobblestone in here, and I'm going to put the gravel out the right side. And then on this pulverizer, we want our input from the left. So what that's going to do is bring everything this is outputting, which is going to be gravel, and it's going to take that as an input. So this is going to, from this side, you know what, I should probably flip these around too. So let's do that real quick, see if it'll let me switch them. If I do it twice, that'll make it where the useless side is facing the back, because it's already got to get power from that side, so we might as well do it like that. And then what we'll do instead is we'll switch this output to the left side like we're facing it from here. So let's configure this, and instead of being on this side, we'll put it on this side. Okay, so it's still going to input from the top, and then now from the right we want input instead of from the left. So that's going to put all the gravel it makes into here. We'll also probably output some of that on this side into a cache. So it'll go half and half. It'll send some of the gravel down here, and we'll send some out where we'll have some available if we need it. So that'll take it into here, and then on the other side we want to put an output as well, which is going to take all the sand and put it into the next pulverizer, and then the right side on this is going to be an input as well. That's all we're going to do for now. So what that's going to do is turn it into dust. And we also, so we want half of our gravel to go to the back of this machine, which is this part. So that's going to send the gravel to the side, and then it's going to send the gravel there. And actually, we're probably going to change this where the back of the machine is yellow and this side of the machine is gravel. So what it's going to do is send gravel out this way, and it's going to send out sand this way. And so that way we can save our sand on this side and we can save our gravel on this side. Now we've got to get something to catch those, so for now that's not going to work. But we're getting there with that. And then, now that this is feeding into here properly, this will also make dust. So what I'm going to do is show you how that's going to work first so we don't go any further. I'm going to take an item duct, which I believe I have over here. I have my extra item ducts, which there are only 3. We'll see if they'll reach. Hopefully I don't have to make more of those. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. We're actually 1 short. That's pretty typical. What I'm going to do for now is I'm going to break this one, and I'll put it here just to show you how it's going to work. Now we're going to feed that down into here, and let me make sure that this doesn't need automatic transfer out of a device. I also need something to input into the device. Oh no, it's actually working. So that's fine. That'll work good. And now it's sending it through. It just took it a second to get here. So it's sending in cobblestone. So there will always be cobblestone coming in, and then it's going to feed it down the line. So the pulverizer goes that way, and then it sends gravel to here, and then gravel gets turned into dust, or into sand, which gets sent here, which gets turned into dust. So now what we want to do is this one is going to send excess sand out because or actually no, this one's going to send gravel out because that's this window, and this one's going to send sand out because occasionally you get bonus sand from here, which we haven't gotten one yet, but we will. So we're going to make that where it will accept sand on this side, it'll accept gravel on this side. This one I'm also going to put another output on the back, which is going to be red. So let's configure the sides. Oh, not there. I need to do it on the back of the machine. So that's going to send extra sand out here as well. And since this is already going to be sand, I'll pipe it this way. And then what we'll do is we'll put dust on the top, which is yellow. So then we'll put our dust container here, we'll put our sand container here, and we'll put our gravel container here, and then we will take, this will be gravel, and then we'll just pipe this over here, and then we'll pipe the dust out the top. So then we'll have a cache up here that's dust, we'll have a cache up here, cache back here that's sand, and a cache here that's cobble, and then we'll take two pipes and we'll kind of run it into it like that, and we should be good. So I've got to make one more set of item duct. Let's look at that real quick. I think I've got everything I need for it. We'll just do it real fast so we can see what the final is going to look like. Item duct. And I hate to do another opaque one, but that's just how it's going to be. So 10 in lead. So 2 10s and a lead. And then after this, we'll just make nothing but clear for our final look. I just like the look of that much better. I could use this all day and it would be fine. It will work great, but that's not what we're going for. So I'm going to put this here, and I'm going to put this here. And then I also want to put this here so this continues to make lava. So now we have cobble coming in here, and then once I get my caches done, which I think are fairly easy to make, and if I have them together, it's 10 around a piece of wood. That's actually very easy to make. So as long as I've got a 10 block, which I think I do, yep, let's just make those real quick. 3 pieces of wood, and since everything's set up, it should be pretty quick. This is temporary. I'm going to eventually bring this into 1, 2, 3. Nope, I gotta make these this way. But here, I'll show you how it will work. So now we'll put our, ooh, this is going to be interesting. Turn that off. So that should send dust. There we go. So that's now a dust cache. That should send sand, and this will send gravel. So this is going to be sand, and you can see everything is feeding out of here now. Looks like these might have a little trouble keeping up power-wise. So I'm also going to have to create more of these engines, and I'm going to do that off of camera because I've got everything I need for it, and you've seen that, so I'm not going to do that again. But you can see this is now gravel, this is now sand, this is now dust, and now all I have to do is make enough engines to keep up with the power draw of this. So I'll work on that, and we will come back shortly with a continuation. Okay, we're back, and I want to go ahead and do a couple things. As I've been using this a little bit, I've noticed that these generators seem to continue to pull lava even after they're full. It's kind of interesting because I don't think it did that with the magmatic dynamos, so I think I'm going to try the magmatic dynamos out. First of all, we're going to go ahead and make that Ender IO alloy furnace that we were going to make, or alloy smelter. So this is really not that hard to put together. It takes quite a bit of iron, but that's about it. So I'm going to go ahead and make this capacitor, and that should be easy. It's just going to be copper redstone. I know I've got a copper ingot here. Got redstone, and I need some gold nuggets. So let's go ahead and make that real quick, and then we'll make one of those magmatic dynamos and probably update this to use those. But once I get this thing in place, let's go here. Alright, there's a capacitor, and let's get some iron. And I've also made quite a bit of Invar in here, so I can go ahead and get started on the dynamos as well. I think with upgrades they might even be comparably, at least they'll keep up with the engines for a while. They obviously won't, by the X64 they won't be that good, but alright, so let's go ahead and get everything we need for this. So we're going to need some iron bars, so let's make those. Oh, I need to turn these into iron. Okay, and then iron bars. We'll just make one of those for now. And then we'll make one of these. And I've got 3 furnaces already. A cauldron. It takes quite a bit of iron to make this, but once you do that, it's a pretty nice furnace. So these furnaces are already here, so let's get those. And anything else? Nope, that's it. So the alloy smelter's done. I want to use that because I can use that to make... Let's let this fill up. It's probably going to take it a little while, and these are going to get drained really hard by it. But all I really need to be able to do is make the glass for the ducts. So what I want to be able to make out of this, I'd like to be able to make the redstone energy flux duct, but I think that's going to be a little bit. I may have to make a few more of these first before I can get more power. And but what I really want to make are these with a hardened glass, and I need an induction smelter for that. So, oh, I didn't mean to do hardened aluminum. There we go, hardened glass. So all it takes is lead and obsidian powder, and I can do that in my, just drop obsidian in here, and I can make obsidian by just dropping water over this barrel. So I have everything I need to make an obsidian block, and then I can pulverize it down using these pulverizers to make those glasses to be able to make this ductwork. So that's how I'm going to do that, and that'll make it. What I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to end up building this floor plan out for the smelteries, and I'm going to get this moved, and I'm going to move it down below. So I'm going to do a lot of that work off camera, just because it's going to be kind of boring to watch me pick and shift all this stuff. I am going to go ahead and make one of my dynamos though, just so we can go through that. So we're going to make a couple gears that are Invar. This is all Invar. So using the gear cast is the best way to make those gears. And we want to call it a magmatic. So what we're going for is we want 2 gears and 3 ingots, and then a redstone transmission coil, which is just a silver with 2 redstone around it. So 1 more gear. And I think I've already got Invar ingots in here, so I do. So really, all I need is some silver. And, you know what, let's make a couple more of those just because we can. I have a feeling that once we put these on, we'll see our power be a lot more manageable, and we won't be wasting all this lava. Because right now it just keeps disappearing, and I think I have more than enough to keep up. So I'd be a little confused if this didn't help. So let's make a couple of these. And let's get rid of that. There we go. And so let's take this out of here and place that. Nope, I didn't want to do it that way. Why did it do that? That is weird. Okay. Right click. Again, I want to put this. Let me take this out of here. For some reason it's trying to connect those to the generators. So we'll just, oop, I don't want to do that. Let's take it this way, shift right click, and there we go. So, well, that looks like it's powering up pretty well. I'm going to go ahead and get started moving these things around. I'm going to have to do a little configuring here because I don't think this will keep up. So I'm going to do some reconfiguring, and we'll get this. I'll be back in a minute once we've got the platforms moved around and a few more dynamos made, because we're going to need a little more to keep up, obviously. So I'll be back in a bit. Alright, we're back, and we have a couple big changes, as you can probably see. I got rid of the wood platform, and I spread dirt from here to kind of get this all as grass, and this is going to be kind of like a farming area. And I kind of got an idea for what we're going to do with this. We're going to make it like this big, I think I might go with either a glass dome or something to make this look like a big floating ball in the air, and then like a biodome inside of it. It'll be kind of cool looking, I think. But that's long term. So I will have a couple things I want to do. First of all, I built this platform, and as you can see, I left room for where we're going to put our smelteries. That's not right now. We're not going to do our smelteries yet. I'll probably move my workshop over here, and I want to also automate dirt. Well, automate, not really, but I'm just going to make it where I don't have to manually do it. So I'm going to take this. Hopefully I save this barrel. And so what we're going to do is just pick these up. And I'm going to put this down underneath of them as we go. And I'm going to move it into my new structure. So I really don't want to fall. It's not a big deal if I lose a barrel, but I'd prefer not to, just because then I don't have to remake them. And the other thing we're going to do this part is we're going to get a few automated sieves made. So I've got those, and I've got some item duct in my inventory here. These are pretty easy to automate, to be honest. We're gonna have a chest here. That's where we're gonna feed in our automatic materials, like feed in all the leaves and stuff we get. And ultimately, we'll probably automate trees and have everything in this automated. But for now, we'll just grow them and put them in there to keep making dirt. Because ultimately, I want to surround this thing with dirt or grass. So I'll probably do this downstairs, because up here is where I'm going to put my workshop, and I'll have walls up here eventually. But let's go down here, and I'll use this area over here. So this is going to be under the smeltery. There's going to be a lot of item moving here, so we'll have another item being generated here, and that'll be dirt. So what I want to do is we'll take our item ducts, and we'll have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It works out pretty well with our spacing here that we had 7 barrels. Definitely unplanned, but we'll take it. So there are our barrels. We're going to need to set up servos to extract from them. This will take the completed ones out of it. So we'll put servos on all of these, and we will turn them to no redstone, which will turn them on. And actually, I'm running low on leaves, so I won't be able to put a lot in here right now, but I want to get it set up so it's easy to maintain. For now, we'll put the chest down to collect the output. We'll probably eventually feed this into ME, but for now, we'll just put it that way, and then we'll take our item ducts again and put them across the top. And I am short a chest, so let me grab one real fast. Honestly, we probably need to do a cache again, because this is only going to be dirt coming out of this. So since it's one type of item, I'll make another cache for it. I should have enough tin to do that. And if I don't, we won't worry about it. Well, for now, we'll just do a chest, because I'm short on 10. And I don't have another one. So let's just make a chest, just to get the basic thing in place. So there's our chest. And I've got some saplings, and I'll put those in, because I think I've got some extras here. I do. So we're fine on oak. That'll make it where at least we can see it feed in, make sure it's working, all that, and then we'll go from there. So this needs to be some sort of storage that can hold more than one item. So cache won't work here. If I was going to do a cache, it would be down here, because this is all going to be dirt output. So what we'll do is we'll put our saplings in, and then we'll have to put a servo on the back here, and that's just to make this output, and then you should see these start to feed in. There they go. And probably here, see, that's collecting material. We'll see if the next one there goes 25%. It'll feed in, and that will generate into dirt. When it completes, it'll take it out, and then it'll take the next one from here. So I'm just going to fill this with leaves and collect them all down here. And it's an automated way of making dirt, as opposed to having to do it manually, because for all this dirt, I made it manually. So I don't want to do that again. So that's done. That's composting, and then it'll come into here, and then we'll have our dirt come here. I'll do some more of that off camera, obviously. That's why I wanted to get it set up. And let's go ahead and get the auto sieves set up as well. So those are fairly easy to make. There's a couple options in those, and I think I'm going to use X asterisk. I'm going to use that version because it's upgradable in speed. This one is as well. This is X Compressum's version of it. Pretty easy to make as well, just a lot of iron. But I just want to try these out this time because I've never used them before. So honestly, I've heard they're both pretty similar in speed if you get them upgraded, and they're both good options. So we're going to use these here. So I'm going to need to make 4 of these because I want one for gravel, one for sand, one for dust, and one for soul sand. And the reason I want those specific ones is it gives me everything for making an ME system. One thing you really need is nether quartz, and you get that from soul sand. So we'll automate that probably. I think this might be a full. Yeah, there we go. That's what I was looking for. We'll automate that next time. That won't make it this episode, but we definitely want that so we can get our ME stuff and get our storage going. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to probably need a little more invar too. So we might make 3 here, and I'll make the other one off camera. It's not a big deal either way. Get a couple nuggets, and then we'll go ahead and make as many of these as we can, which is 3 of them. I need to get a little more invar to be able to make the rest, which is not a problem. And then what we'll do is we'll take these down here. They have to be hooked to power. So I would like to put them here. I can do that one for gravel. I could do this one for sand, actually, and it'll actually automatically go in there, which is pretty cool. And dust is going to be a little bit of a challenge. Maybe if I put it over here, I can run it this way. So we'll run some dust down in there, and we'll run... Let me turn that off because I don't want that to feed from sand. I want it to only feed from gravel. That might automatically work, but I think it needs a servo to pull from this one. So we'll turn that on. And I believe that will feed in. Let's make sure. Yep, so that's auto sieving. This is auto sieving. And this should bring some dust in too. From here. So occasionally this will output dust. We'll probably have to work on that. Oh, you know, that probably needs an impulse item duct because it's too long to get to the right. So I'll get that set up later. It seems like everything's working here. I'm going to call the episode here because we're over on time. And probably the start of next episode, we'll work on automating soul sand and sifting that. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.